quick update on the gsxr750 srad project. So for those of you that don't know, this is a bike that I'm building for this year's entry into the classic superbikes. So I purchased the bike a couple of months ago on eBay. It came to me with a gsxr K5 rear end on it. That's why it's got this kind of framing that someone's made up on the back there. It's had a 1000cc swinging arm fitted to the bike. As you can see, it's got wavy discs on the front, and also, as you've just seen, on the rear. Someone's put some small levers on here already. It's had the suspension's been rebuilt, so that was a bit of a bonus. Race Tech have obviously built the suspension with K-Tech internals. It's on carbs, obviously, for the classic superbike series. You can see it's got a brake guard on there, JHS brake guard. It's got braided, hell braided brake lines on the front and on the rear. And it looks to be a Brembo caliper on the back. It's got a Yoshimura tailpipe. The front pipes look to be standard. They look a bit scabby. So far I've stripped and cleaned the carbs. They've been in the ultrasonic cleaner. I've got some wiring to look at under here. Someone's done a bit of a job on the wiring, so I'm going to solder some wires in there and put a nice connector on, and that'll sort that out. So the rear suspension is, so far, it's standard. I have been on the phone to a couple of companies trying to do a deal on a rear shock for the bike, so hopefully I'll sort something out soon. So yeah, so far I've had the bike running. It didn't run fantastic. I've got it stripped down, partly stripped down, got the fairings off it. The fairings are a waste of time, so I was fortunate enough to do a deal with Skid Marks. I got on the phone to them, told them what I was doing, this project that I was doing, and they were kind enough to do us a good deal on the fairings and chuck in a couple of screens. So that's thanks to Skid Marks. They do a lot of fairings for the British superbikes. They have fairings go out to the US and all over really. So they're based down south. They have actually invited me down there to have a look around and to see the process of the fairings being made. So I'd like to go down there at some point and do a video. So once I get them fairings, I'll be getting the bike in paint. I'll be getting the fairings all painted up, and with the race, the first race that we're going to be entering being the Barry Sheen weekend, I've got a really fitting paint scheme for the bike. Now then, who's going to be riding the bike? It is actually, in fact, a friend of a friend. Well, he's become a friend now. He's been a British Supermoto champion. He's been a European KTM, Red Bull Supermoto champion. He's a top 10 rider in the Ulster GP, and he's had very high results in the senior TT. So our rider is Jacko. It's David Jackson, or otherwise known as Action Jackson. So he's going to be riding the bike this year. I've decided, since as I'm a shit rider, why not fund someone else? No, we've been talking, and we think, well, I like classic bikes, and I had a fantastic time the last time. I went over to Oliver's Mount, hanging out with the guys there, watching the racing. It was really good, and I thought, I wouldn't mind building my own bike and taking it over next year to next year's event, which is now this year. And also with me being involved now with the Barry Sheen event this year, I thought it'd be fantastic if I built a bike, took it to the Barry Sheen event with a decent rider to race my bike in the event, in the classic superbikes. And there's a whole other story as to how I've ended up being part organiser, one of the organisers of the Barry Sheen event. It's a long story. It's quite interesting, and I will tell you sometime. It's basically to do with, I built a bike, the gsxr750. I took it to Oliver's Mount to do the parade, but there was a reason why I took it to Oliver's Mount specifically to do the parade, and that involves other businesses throughout me building the bike. But anyway, that I'll save that for another video. I'm now going to get on and do a bit more to this bike, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, just follow this project, trust me, follow the project, especially if you're any businesses that could potentially be interested in sponsoring us. Honestly, you just want to follow the project, especially when we get racing.